Marijuana, we know it's been legalized for recreational use in certain states across the United States of America. But what if I told you there are dispensaries that are recommending marijuana as treatment for pregnant women suffering from morning sickness? And this study was conducted recently in 400 dispensaries in Colorado, found that nearly 70% of the dispensaries had someone in there recommending marijuana as a treatment for morning sickness. Now, there's a huge difference between, well, could a cup of coffee be good or bad for you, and getting to a place where we're telling pregnant women to take marijuana. When we know marijuana, it can be very bad for brain development. So I don't know how this is happening. I don't know as an OB-GYN, if you're in that, no offense to the state of Colorado where I was born, but if you're in that state and you're not pissed off.
I mean, it's crazy.
That's the key.
So this was a fascinating study. The way
is.
they did this, it was published in your journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology. They had these secret researchers pretend they were 8 weeks pregnant and call 400 dispensaries in Colorado and say, I'm 8 weeks pregnant, I'm having morning sickness, do you suggest marijuana? And like you said, almost 70% of them were like, absolutely. And that was uniform.
This is actually really scary to know this, because we know that when you're pregnant and the baby in utero, the placenta is that filter to really weed out the toxins. Weed out the toxins. Well done.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
But no matter what, we still know that some of that marijuana will get to the baby, and how much and how it affects the baby, whether it's edibles, whether it's through inhalation, or even secondhand marijuana, can affect the baby. And the baby's brain is developing. We know it affects neurodevelopment and neurotransmitters. So this does leave us very concerned.
I'm a supporter of medical marijuana. I'm actually a supporter of recreational marijuana. I am fine if someone wants to, of age, use marijuana recreationally, if they do it in the right way, I'm fine. But here's a big issue. I was just in Colorado. Again, my state. I love Colorado more than anything. People I'm very close to went into a dispensary where they recommended marijuana to help a teenager who's very close to me to sleep at night. And the dispensary retailers, the people who are working the counter, not all of them, are beginning to act like marijuana is a panacea, and they're beginning to act like doctors. And I beg everyone to be very cautious, because it's not a panacea, it's not a cure-all. It can be very effective for certain things. It can be effective as what we call an antiemetic, potentially, in the right scenarios. But I'm worried that the people working there aren't getting enough training.
Well, so this was the thing. This study actually called both retail and medical, and they had completely similar recommendations, and only 31.8%, so less than a third of them, even recommended checking with your provider without prompting. So they were giving this advice as if it was gospel, straight from the word of a nurse practitioner, a doctor, a healthcare provider.
There are so many other ways to treat some nausea symptoms in pregnancy. There's so many safe, reliable, natural methods even, and even some reliable medications. So before trying all of that, I really don't think we should be taking a lot of risk with regards to the baby.
This is a real problem. Prescribing this by non-medical people to young people, to pregnant people, without getting doctors involved. I mean, this is very powerful. It's a drug.
Imagine if you, and again, I support marijuana, but imagine walking into a liquor store and the guy working at the counter, oh my God, this whiskey, if you've got a headache, this whiskey is awesome. And oh my God, we got this new whiskey for babies.
It's teething, just like that, right?
It's the analogy.
It's a great analogy.
Telling pregnant women not to drink because we know that it has a negative effect on the fetus. I think we can say the same thing about marijuana. So,
and I will add that we've had numerous doctors who specialize in the use of marijuana to treat medical conditions on the show who I have an immense amount of respect for. If you're going to use marijuana medicinally, I would recommend making sure you're locked in with someone who knows the science, who does it like a professional, like a doctor. Don't risk your health, don't risk your baby's health.